That's why they weren't.
Moskowitz is with a K. I never even knew that. I thought it was with a C all these
No,
years.
live and learn.
You and I spent so many times on the air. Kelly asked him and we found out. Our legal expert is here on the Happy Hour. He joins us every Thursday, presented by Comcast Business, Mr. Stephen Moskowitz with a K.
Always a pleasure.
Always good to see you, Steve. You know about the Zaza Pachulia,
Yes.
Kawhi Leonard nonsense, just playing basketball, guy lands on an ankle. Whether or not it's a basketball crime is debatable. But
the refs didn't find it that way, no, did they?
well, they called a common foul. So
But not a tech.
Not a flagrant foul.
No.
You are on it. You are right. But the citizens of San Antonio, Texas, have filed I wouldn't say a frivolous lawsuit, but I'm going to call it a frivolous.
Yeah.
I wouldn't call it frivolous. I call it very frivolous. And the lawyer that filed that is going to be in a lot of trouble. That is absurd. That is ridiculous. And if some dirty play were involved, that is the job of the league to clean it up. For example, if you punch someone in the nether regions and get suspended for a game like last year. But here, this guy is just looking for some publicity, and he's going to get some bad one when he gets disciplined.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, with the courts backlogged the way they are, how far will this go?
Judges don't have senses of humor.
No.
And when you clog up their courtroom with something that shouldn't be there, they're going to be really angry. This is just wrong. You know, lots of times you see a lawsuit and you say, well, maybe, or this is just wrong. Again, if there were dirty play, this is already addressed in the league. There's a remedy for that. Not this guy saying that it harmed his enjoyment. This is just way
It's just grandstanding, right? It's just
it's grandstanding. Look at me. But that judge is going to be looking at that lawyer, and that lawyer is going to be sorry he did it.
And there's a local memorabilia store as a co-plaintiff on this, but they're searching for damages no greater than $73,000, basically because the value of their tickets has been diminished.
Again, anybody can ask for anything.
Zaza's not playing.
The moon or the rain spoiled my picnic, but the bottom line is there's no basis for this whatsoever.
Yeah, Kawhi Leonard's not playing.
And
that point.
Kawhi and Zaza, I mean, he's got the heel. He might not play. It might be good that he doesn't play because he would get booed. Like, I mean, San Antonio's
order
going to
room
go
service
after him.
the whole time he's in San Antonio.
Better do that.
Don't go on the Riverwalk.
Fake mustache. But there are situations, though, in sporting events where there could be a criminal
Yes,
act.
there
It's
can.
like a hockey players are fighting, or if they take a stick. When is it cross the line? Two hockey players are fighting, and one guy pummels the other guy and beats him senseless. Is that battery?
But
or if I use a blunt instrument, a hockey, a butt end or something
last year or the year before, one hockey player snuck up on the other guy and hit him in the back of the head. He was criminally charged. So you have to do something really, really...
Baseball, if you took the bat and swing it at somebody, that would be a weapon.
That would be a different story, yeah. But you have to do something like that, not just something in the game that maybe we were pushing or something and you hurt your ankle. You're talking about, a baseball bat to the head.
Well, what if I'm pitching and I'm angry at a guy and I throw a baseball at a guy's head and I hit him in the head?
Well, now that depends... Did you do that on purpose, or was it an accident and you have burden of proof here? And yes, pitchers do make wild pitches. They do it all the time and lose games, too.
Right, but the ball technically is still kind of
in the form of a weapon.
It's not a weapon because his job is to throw the ball, and sometimes pitchers really...
Intent, just like the Zaza case. You can't prove intent.
But take a look at how many pitchers will throw a wild pitch and it'll cost them a game. Wild pitches really happen. You need something that is really definitive.
Well, the other case that's going on, a little bit crazy down in Houston, Moses Malone Jr., of course, son of Moses Malone.
This was bad lawyer's day.
Is alleging that James Harden was behind an attack at a strip joint, of course, in which he was beat up by four guys, robbed.
Never been, Steve.
What is a strip joint?
It's a steakhouse.
I get it.
They have the best wings, I'm told, too.
That's very nice.
But so he's basically saying he was behind this attack, and it was in retaliation for a Facebook post he posted about Harden, criticizing him for the cost of his basketball camp. There are witnesses. They say there's a trail. Do they have enough? In which Harden was mad. Apparently witnesses at this strip joint that Harden was in.
Anybody can say anything they want, but in the original complaint, it wasn't there. And we'll see if the police come up. But again, think about it. The allegation is $20,000 was paid to beat him up. By the way, how would you happen to know that anybody would be at any particular place at any particular time, and you say to the bouncer, okay, here's 20 grand, go ahead and take care of this guy the next time he shows up. I mean, come on, this is just really strange.
Well, there were text messages apparently between Malone and Harden's friends, so they may have known. And the four guys did get arrested and charged, and one was the security guard, in which he kind of helped orchestrate.
Well, yeah, and he got fired too. But the bottom line is, burden of proof's on the accuser, and anybody can say anything that you want, but we would have to show that he did something like this, and I think this is a real stretch. And again, it wasn't alleged originally. Now we'll see what happens, but I think it's going to be thrown out too.
Harden might.
And also, that's what I was going to bring up. I was going to say, if I was his lawyer, I'd say, hey, you just slandered me. You owe me a bunch of money, buddy, and a lot more than 20 grand.
This could get ugly. All right.
Welcome to the practice of law.
Strip joints. We're talking about all sorts of crazy stuff.
There you go. That is the practice of law. Always a pleasure.